Hello everyone, my name is Clancy and welcome to the Clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor by smashing the like button because guys, it helps with the YouTube algorithm to fetch us more honorable members of the clan. And when you are new on this channel, come with your 2 IQ so you can rub them together so you can spark your own opinion about what's going on in the Senzo Mewa murder trial. So without further ado, let's go to the North Gauteng High Court in Judge Rata's courtroom. And again, we are faced with you know what we are faced with? We are faced with a prosecution team that is so dishonest. Now, as I understand, whenever there is going to be a criminal case, of course, you get arrested by the police. According to Rata, you are charged by the MPA, and then you are railed down to the magistrate's court, where basically all that process takes place, and then your trial, it is transferred to the High Court with all the evidence that has been collected since you appeared for the first time at the magistrate's court, and then now you are coming for trial at the High Court, and all the evidence and documentation and you name it is all discovered to your defense team as an accused. Yes, I get that there will be these bits and pieces, like not so many as what we are seeing in this murder trial, where the state will say, oh, okay, there's this new discovery, because the investigation apparently will still be ongoing to strengthen the prospect of the state's case to be won at the end of the day. Now, all these documentations needs to be discovered. That means anything that the state is going to subpoena, whether it's witnesses, documentation, bank statements, you name it. There are provisions in the Criminal Procedure Act that needs to be followed by the state, and then discover these documentations to the defense so that the defense itself gets the opportunity to sit down, look at these documents, and then go and consult with their clients regarding these discoveries, right? Not in this particular trial. Why does this defense always has to get drips and drabs of documents? Now we are stuck at the fact that the state tried to sneak in not even tried, they actually snuck in the bank statements. They did not produce section 205 for these particular bank statements that they've been reading almost for the entire week last week. And now the defense, it looks as though they are the ones, especially by 30%ers, who don't understand. I don't get the 30%ers. You know, at school, there used to be like pop-up tests, like, you know, a test that just popped from nowhere. A teacher just walks in and says, everybody put your things away, we are having a test. And then do you ever notice how the 30%ers, they complain about, oh, we are not ready, we're not all about this. So now why do they expect the defense to be ready if they were not ready when a teacher walked in with a pop-up test? That does not make sense. If you had a problem back then in high school or primary school when the teacher said, surprise test, and then you started complaining, but you wrote it anyway, now why are you having a problem with the defense when they say not all documents were submitted or discovered to us so that we are able to consult with our clients? Remember, the whole idea of a trial is that the accused must have a fair trial, and part of a fair trial is that their lawyers or their representatives must be able to be fully charged with all documentation that comes with the state accusing or threatening their case to say these are the guilty parties. What's so difficult to understand that? What's so difficult to see that the state is the one that's playing hide and seek games with documentation? Application for section 205. You're telling me that now that we're learning about section 205, you know, I feel like, you know, right now, all of us that are watching the Senzo Mewa murder trial, if you have not looked at it as though you are sitting in law school, whether now we're sitting at law 102 or 103, but we are learning something. We are learning that you cannot, as a state, just walk into a bank and then demand for my bank information. Bank statements, you name them, and the bank will just willfully give it to you. No, there's a provision in the Criminal Procedure Act, Section 205, that says the state must go to the bank and seek permission. But before you seek permission, it needs to be an order by a magistrate. So now the defense has to say, okay, fine, listen, where is our section 205 for what you are telling the court regarding our client, the state? Why didn't you discover this in the pre-trial? You knew you were going to take that direction. You've always known that the accused, they've denied ever being in Johannesburg or in Gauteng around the death of Senzo Meyiwa. Which, even if they were present in Johannesburg or Gauteng for that matter, how does those bank statements lead them straight to Vosloorus? I'm talking about the Khumalo house. That is what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in anybody being, because I cannot tell you what I did in 2014. I can't even remember where I was in 2014. Whether I was in Mpangeni or I was in my township or I was in Johannesburg, I cannot tell you. I would really have to sit and think, where exactly was I? So why these 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa, they must remember where were they in 2014, particularly on the 26th of October 2014. Do you even remember what you were wearing yourself on the 26th of October 2014? What is this exercise all about? Because all I can see, it's wasting court's time. It's wasting taxpayers' money's time. And now here we are, the state playing hide and seek games. Now the defense, like, listen, upon everything that we've been hearing last week with the state just dropping these people's bank statement and details, now we want not only Section 205, but we want to see the process that was taken in order for these documentations to be submitted to the state and then they are read out in court. My question was more like, okay, great. Let's say you did all of that to subpoena it. You made an application with the magistrate. The magistrate granted you the 205. You took it to this bank. Why this one bank? When there are so many bank accounts that these individuals have, and cell phone numbers, because you cannot open an account in South Africa without your cell phone number. Record, by the way, your cell phone number must be valid, because if your cell number is not valid, your bank account cannot be activated. So now we want to see those multiple bank accounts that they were opening, what went in and what is the cell phone number, because they are definitely disputing that this information is correct. And by the sound of things and the look of things, while now Baloyi is giving drips and drabs of this information, how authentic exactly what Sibanda was reading last week? How authentic is that? How original? How true? Now we want to see the process that took place in order to get to what Sibanda ended up doing. Like I said, for me, it was more like, okay, why is the state the one that's reading these documents instead of a banker? Why somebody from Capitec was not the one to understand? So they are able to answer technical questions, because if you put Sibanda, I don't know, are they going to put Sibanda on the witness box for cross-examination of this particular state? I don't understand. And then if Sibanda is put on the stand, how is he going to answer bank-related types of questions? Because he's not a banker. He didn't go to law school to learn banking. He's a lawyer. So all of this is delay tactics that I don't understand for real what is really happening. Now, the question is, did they follow procedure? If they said they followed procedure, then we don't only want to see the application. We want to see and hear the hearing of this particular application for Section 205. The date, the time, the day, and the magistrate that granted the Section 205. And for what purposes that the magistrate gave permission to basically the subpoena this bank information. Do you think they have it? Or do you think at some point they're going to abandon this bank statement story? Me foresee them abandoning the bank questioning or the line of questioning, because if they cannot prove that they followed due process for the 205, then they are banking on the location of all the accused that on the 26th of October 2014, they were all in Gauteng around the time that Senzo Mayo was murdered. I think that's the only ground that they are producing these these bank statements. And if the process was not followed, of course, that entire testimony by Sibanda is going to be expunged because it did not follow due process according to the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. So it's quite interesting what we are witnessing in this court. And everyone to Numano was like, even though all you stuff that you guys are talking about, I still don't have the information I asked for. I still not have the numbers that I had asked for. Do they exist? Because if they did exist, Numano would have been given this information that he's been asking for. So me thinks that the kitchen, everybody's tripping over each other, trying to cook up something. If they have, magistrates in their pockets, as some of us do suspect, I think, I don't know how they're going to cook up the records, or how are they going to backdate the records. I'm very interested to see where all of this is going. My foresight says none of this process was followed. These guys did as they pleased because they believe they got some high power that has all the power to give them permission to do whatever they want by bypassing the law. We shall see. We shall see, you guys. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that is signing the petition. I know that I'm supposed to also read the open letter to Judge Mlambo, but to be honest with you, I don't think that Judge President Mlambo will pay attention to us. He will not hear us because he's not supposed to participate or say anything while this trial is still ongoing. I did mention the principle called sub judice before. So I would have read the open letter and say, hey guys, this is what another citizen of the country is saying about how they feel with the way Judge Rata is running this particular trial. So South Africans are beginning to talk because South Africans are frustrated. South Africans are witnessing miscarriage of justice right before their eyes. Even though we did not go to law school, even though we are not lawyers or judges, but we're not stupid. That's the bottom line here. We are not stupid. But seemingly, this particular court or this particular judge and the state think the people of South Africa what do they know about law? But we have gray matter. And when 1 and 1 does not add up, then of course we're going to have questions. How is it possible that 1 does not, when you take 1 and you add another 1 does not make 2? What does it make an H? You get what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, when you take 1 and then you say plus, bring them close together, you get an H, not 2. 1, the plus sign in the middle. Get it? Oh, never mind. Other than that, guys, I think we are at a crossroads right now. The state is fumbling. The state is tripping over itself. Will we be ready tomorrow? I don't think so. I don't think the court is going to sit tomorrow. I foresee a postponement of plus or minus 2 weeks, if not a month. We will see with the defense how much time they are going to need because they say the documents are voluminous, meaning there's a lot of documents. I don't know how many pages, but they are a lot. And they have to go through all of those pages and study the content in there and then consult with their clients. And that's not a 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day thing, possibly weeks things. So we'll see how it all goes. All of this is not because the defense is wasting time. It's the state that comes with bits and pieces, sneaking in this because Mukhola is busy sitting there listening to what to correct in the statements and affidavits and all of that, instead of being in the field and fighting crime. So she says she's an investigator. As far as I'm concerned, she's a tax collector. That's all she is. Collecting taxpayers' money as a form of a salary, doing nothing. And when she's called to come and assist the court, she lies through her teeth. I'm so sorry. That's just my opinion. My 2 IQs. That's my opinion. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel and supporting it financially. I highly appreciate you guys so very much. Also, guys, please leave a comment down below. Let me know, what did you think of this morning? What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? What do you think is going to happen in the next month? I see delays because the state keep coming with this teensy-beensy information that they should have discovered way earlier. Why are they wasting time? Why are they delaying this? Justice denies, is justice delay, justice delay, justice denial. My goodness, yeah. Anyways, guys, please also share this video far and wide, and I'll see you next time in the new video. Goodbye.